All right. Hello, everybody. Good Saturday night to you guys. This is Alex Glass here, putting out my first video out here on the internet in a long time. I think I put one out maybe back in 2010 or 11. Since then, there hadn't been nothing for me on the internet. So, sitting here tonight, some of you guys following my story know that I'm just getting out here. I'm sitting on my parents' porch out here. It's just a beautiful place to be, up in the mountains of western North Carolina. And got to hang out with my daughter today, my 7-year-old. Just awesome time. Awesome to get to see her, get to hang out. We climbed some trees today, did some things like that. So it's been an amazing last couple of days. And even more than that, it's been amazing since I've gotten out and been able to absorb myself in the kind of positivity and things that are out there on the internet that I wasn't able to get back there in prison. I couldn't get that. So being out here and able to participate in all these things has been huge for just my growth and development. So let me talk a little bit about how my path went and my story went. It was probably about 2008, maybe 2007, when me and my ex-wife saw The Secret on Oprah, or at least Rhonda Byrne. So we went and watched The Secret, and I watched it several times and kind of went down the rabbit hole with it. I sit there and watched What the Bleep Do We Know, and a sequel to that called Down the Rabbit Hole. And I saw just a whole lot of material that pertained to law of attraction, primarily law of attraction. And it awakened me in a really good way, but at the same time, it frustrated me in a big way as well, because it was something that I knew on an intellectual level that I was thinking all these things and I was attracting all these things into my life, but I couldn't turn them around into the positive things so that I was attracting the things that I was wanting. I was still focused on all the negative stuff, so that's what I attracted into my life. None of it was positive, and I couldn't get this switched around, even though I knew intellectually that's what I had to do to get what I wanted. So it was very, very frustrating, and that stayed with me from 2007, 2008, over the next 10 years. This frustration just built and built and built because I was never able to do anything with it. So, but I kept studying this stuff on an intellectual level, even though I wasn't able to apply it to my life. Over the course of that time, me and my ex-wife split up. I moved in with a friend of mine that we were party buddies, and that was really all we did was party. We partied, we drank, we smoked weed and everything else, and that didn't take me anywhere either. That just led me down this further path. And then I had my daughter, and me and her mom were iffy, whatnot. So that led to just more frustration, more drinking, more drinking, more drinking. I'm a recovering alcoholic, and yeah, that'll be something I have to fight for the rest of my life. Anyway, let me get on with this. So I get in prison, and it's a shock to my system, as I'm sure it would be for anybody, and you understand that completely. And I was there for a little while before I really started being able to work on myself and make that my focus. I had the knowledge going in that look, you're 45 years old. You better start getting this together, or you're going to be dead, or the rest of your life's going to be terrible, and it's going to be awful. So start getting your shit together, man, while you're in here. That's the only way that you can make this time not be wasted, is to take advantage of it, work on yourself, and get it together. So while I was in there, I actually joined a 9-month residential drug treatment program and ended up in there. I became a senior guide. I gave a couple of stand-up talks there, and one of them was just about the unique opportunity that we had, because we had 9 months with the tools that we needed to be able to work on ourselves, figure out why we had landed ourselves there, and try to turn that around. So it was during that time that I really started to work on myself, and I said, okay, you got at that time she was 5. Yeah, 5. You got a 5-year-old daughter out there that needs you to get out and be better than the drunk dad you were before, better than the frustrated dad you were, better than the one that with their mom all the time. You've got to do better than this. So I started working on me, and I started trying to pull all these principles in, and I realized, that your brain is like a muscle, and you have to constantly train it. Well, not constantly, but you have to put forth effort all the time to be able to change the way that it works and change the way that it thinks. So I did all this, and I did all this, and worked on myself while I was in prison, and things started getting better, and things started getting better. I kept working on it. I kept thinking about my thought patterns, and I thought about how just angry, negative, and pissy of a person that I was before I went to prison, and for a little while I was still in prison. And I started thinking about the person that I wanted to be. I started thinking about, if I knew this person that was negative and angry and just not really fun to be around anymore, because I was drunk all the time. I was mad about stuff all the time. If things didn't go the way I wanted them to, I'd get angry about it. So I really started thinking about, what is it that I want to be? Who is the person that I want to be? And I started deciding that, at this point, I'm probably a year and a half sober. So I've got my mind back working again. I can think about things a whole lot better than I used to be able to. And so I started working on these things, and I decided that I wanted to be a happy person. I wanted to be somebody that people liked to hang out with, that people wanted to be around, and that people gravitated towards because they were happy and they always had something good to say. I got friends of mine that are like that. They've always got something positive to say. They've always got good things to put out there into the universe. So that was the kind of person that I wanted to be. I really didn't mean for this video to go that long, but there's a little bit about my story and how I got to be where I am. Things went really well for me the last little bit of time that I was in prison, because I was able to work on all these things in my head and get my head right. But I can't express to you, since I've gotten out and I've been able to go every morning and listen to, a Wayne Dyer video, or go listen to a Mel Robbins video, or go listen to some Tony Robbins stuff, or some of Jim Rohn's speeches. Which Jim Rohn, man, he's my guy. I love Jim Rohn. I always have. I listened to him way back in the day, and he's just phenomenal. So being out now, able to do that and listen to these things and watch these videos and participate in Tony's comeback challenge, and actually engage with you amazing, beautiful people out there that are just phenomenal people, and you're so fired up, and you're so ready to do this, and you're so ready, and you're encouraging, and you believe in everybody in this group, and you believe that they can do what they need to do. So I'm so grateful out here now that it gets me emotional pretty frequently, just how much better my life is than it was 3.5 years ago, and what's turned around. And I'm sure I'll talk more about this in some other videos, but I did this video out here tonight because my friend Nina, this is for you. This video is partly for you. I'm not going to try to say your last name. I'd butcher the hell out of it, and I'm not going to do you that injustice. But it was Nina. Starts with an H, the last name. And you're one of the reasons I did this. You told me I needed to have my picture out here, and I needed to do a little something to let people know who I am. So this is Alex Glass, and I'm one of the most blessed people in the world. And I thank you all for watching this, and there will be more coming in the future. You all have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.